Hi everyone, welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Vijay Baranasi, who is the founder of Well Ergon, a workplace wellness and ergonomic solution company. Vijay has attended Xavier Institute of Management Bhubaneswar for MBA in marketing. Vijay had worked for more than 20 years with companies such as Godrej, Haworth, and Quest Corp before starting his own venture named Well Ergon in 2019. Hi Vijay, welcome to ELI.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. Yeah,
Vijay, I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience, please.
thank you for the invitation, Priya. This has been a very enjoyable journey for me all through so far. Started, of course, passing out from UC Burla Engineering in '87, then XIMB passed out in 1993, and then I have been started my experience with Godrej for 15 years, followed by industry experience with Haworth, Dorma, and a Berkshire Hathaway company I was leading India business, and then this entrepreneurial journey. So, how the journey? What is the necessity for an entrepreneurial journey? What was the reason for getting into the entrepreneurship? The reason is through my experiences over the years in a couple of organizations, I realized there are quite a few pain areas. Okay. I'll give you a small example. Someone who uses laptop on a table, any laptop for that matter, we all use laptops. So when we put a laptop on a table, usually the height of the table is around 2.5 feet. On that, we put the laptop and we take a look at the laptop all through the day. So we happen to bend our neck by around 30-35 degrees minus, like this, to look at the screen of the laptop.
Right.
Okay. So it's okay when we do it for in an airport lounge or so, then it's okay. But when we do this for a living, for the all through the day, every day, 8-10 hours a day, that becomes a challenge. So what one needs to do is to elevate the laptop. The screen of the laptop should be at eye level. It's a fundamental thing. There is no big rocket science in this. So what one can do is to put the laptop on a couple of books if nothing is available. 2-3 books, so that the screen of the laptop is at the eye level, and we don't use the laptop or keyboard, we use an external keyboard.
Okay.
So this is a very small element, that triggers this entrepreneurial journey. So there are so many such things, this is what we call it as ergonomics at workplace. This is about wellness at workplace. So you take care of your body, which actually, this is the engine which is driving you day in, day out. So take care of your physical well-being as well. We all do take care of our mental well-being, of course, yes. But physical well-being is something, it gets overlooked during the course of our work life. So this is where the pain area we realized and try to address this through various products and solutions. So we import a host of products and solutions from different parts of the world: US, Germany, Taiwan, Vietnam, Malaysia, and of course, some we assemble over here in India, in Bangalore. So primarily we cater to a whole lot of multinational organizations, their individual requirements and organizational requirements. So while we start an entrepreneurial journey, yes, everyone thinks where would the money come from? How do I start it? But one thing I assure you, we get a lot of support from banks as well.
Okay.
So all we need to do is to prepare a decent business plan and go to the bank, and the banks are there to help us. A sum of around 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs is enough to start a business. All we need to do is to the first venture, we need to think out of the box. We need to really have a strong case with us, and that's all. Money will never be a major challenge. It would be a challenge, no doubt, but it will never be a major challenge. The idea is very important, and to get started is all that matters. Maybe what I would advise is, you have your own occupation, maybe wherever you are working, and start doing something parallel. That is the best way to start. Okay, usually no employer objects to it unless it actually is in a conflicting business or a competitive business. Otherwise, no one would really object to it. So beyond the 8 or 10 hours of work, whatever, and then you start something of your own, which you are very passionate about. That's the best way to start, and then you can take the plunge whenever you feel right time to, opportune time to do.
Vijay, here is my question to you. You were
Yeah.
working with good companies at a good paycheck as well. What made you leave your job and start something of your own? Why you started?
The urge to do it. If you ask me, the urge to do it. The urge to do it. Today, uh, I'll give you one small example. Monday mornings, usually we have the Monday blues and all that. We talk of when we go, we have a work life, we say Monday blues, and Friday, we enjoy the Friday evening and all. Today, in fact, I look forward to the Monday morning. I genuinely look forward to the Monday morning. When is the Monday morning happening? And I'm there back in office.
Okay.
The driving force is all that matters. The energy level is very, very high. Okay, it's actually at the end of the day, what energy you bring to the table is all that matters. Whether you are working for yourself or you are working for someone else.
Okay. But why so late in the career? I think you were into 22 or 23 years working with different companies, and then you quit the job and started your venture. Why not earlier? Why so late?
No, there is no right time for it. It's all up to you making up of your mind. At what time you feel, you feel right. It's all that. I mean, it's of course, the earlier you start, the better. Any day, the earlier start, you better. But it doesn't mean to say that, if you start at any other later date, you are challenged. No, it's all up to you. It gives you my way of the reason of my doing it was I was a bit comfortable. So that's when I said, no, I can take the plunge now. My son is already working or somewhere. So I said, all the things are now comfortable. And for me, this is the best time for me to take the plunge.
Vijay, tell us, how was your first day into entrepreneurship like?
First day, in fact, I still remember the first day very vividly. If you ask me, first day, it actually took a lot of liberty. I remember my first. So I did liberty. I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. Okay. So I did not follow any. I did not get into any rigmarole routine stuff. So I wanted to do a whole lot of small little things different. I went and attended some conference, some meetings, some people, all that I did. Whatever I did not do in my regular work, I did it on that particular day. I wanted to do things differently.
Okay. And how did you manage the finance for your company? Where did you get your funds from?
See, we started small and we still are growing. So the bank actually assisted. If you ask me, the bank actually assisted. They gave the working capital loan, and that's enough to start. We don't need. We basically need a bigger 5-10 lakhs to start. You don't need big values. We think big, but actually it's not required. All you need is you see a horizon of 2 months or 3 months, and then that's it. And then you can easily run the show afterwards. Is the engine deliverable? That is more important. Is the platform? Yeah. Sorry.
Vijay, do you have co-founders? If you have, how did you find them?
No, there are no co-founders. No co-founders.
Okay. Then you must have a core team working with you. How did you recruit your core team?
In fact, there's a lady who's helping me. She's again from XIMB. So I went and I tried to find someone who can really I can be comfortable with. I was very fortunate to have someone who has passed out from XIMB. So that lady has helping big time. So it's all about relationships and finally the family, friends, and your school. These are the people who actually help you. The relationship is very, very different. Yes, recruitment is very, very important because the whole organization is all about people.
What is the kind of people you recruit?
So
your venture? What
We,
qualities?
we have we have majorly recruited people who are young from campuses,
Okay.
okay, and all people with 1-2 years of experience, not more than that. We don't have people with us who have more than 5 years of experience. They are there in an advisory role, in a consultative role, 2-3 people, but they are not on the full-time role. The people who are on the full-time role are all young, with a maximum experience of 3 to 4 years, or 5 max.
Okay. What is the reason behind that? What is the mindset?
The mindset is the energy level is very high.
Hmm.
The energy level, we really are very particular, very fussy about the energy in the air. It's all the energy that you transfer.
But again, at the same time, you also lose out on the experience level, and you also miss the people who have expertise in that particular field. Freshers are generally the people who have a lot of energy but not enough experience. So how do you solve this issue?
That's a huge opportunity for us. Actually, see, all we need is a bundle of energy, and then we can always guide the energy in the right direction. That is our job. That is my job. I really love doing this. So it's all about putting things in the right. We need to have the right velocity. We need to channelize the energy in the right appropriate way. That's very easy to do. The willingness to do is more important.
Okay.
So experience, no one learns anything. We are not doing anything rocket science. All we need to do is to fine tune things, channelize the efforts of people in the right direction. That's all. So it doesn't call for any big, long experience.
Hmm. But again, you go to campus placements and you recruit young people. What are the things? There are
Yeah.
100 people applying for this job. You would recruit one. What is that one thing you'll see that in that person what others do not have? I think all of them are energetic enough. What separates that person who gets into your field
Ability
and
to
others?
adapt. Ability to adapt and flexibility is something we do.
Okay. Now, would like to know what are the challenges you faced along the way while building this venture?
I would say ability to adapt and flexibility is very important. Someone who is willing to learn is very important. So we would prefer a flexible mindset. That's all. Come with an open mind, flexible mind, willing to learn. This is all we look for.
Understood. Would like to know what are the challenges you faced along
This
the
is
way
what in any campus.
while building this venture?
What are the?
What are the challenges you faced along the way while building this venture?
See, there are, for example, the currently everyone knows that we are under a real challenge. But see, this pandemic.
Hmm.
Okay, this is completely unforeseen. There are a whole lot of uncertainties along the way.
Hmm.
Okay, so you always need to be on the toes. You need to come with alternatives. Always have an alternative. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very important that you be, of course, being a small organization, relatively, you are agile, you are flexible. So when you see a challenge, for example, right now the B2B, we are primarily a B2B seller, business to business. Okay, so what's happening now? The organizations are not buying much for whatever reasons. Okay, so what we are trying to do, we are coming out with solutions which are work from home. So what is happening? The organizations are reimbursing their employees in terms of furniture, which they will use from their respective homes. So they are reimbursing from an amount of $250 to $1,000, depending on organization to organization, employee to employee. So what we are trying to do, we are reaching out to the organizations, the nodal points of contact in the organizations. They are spreading it among their fraternity through internet or any other forum. Okay, so we have gotten access to the employees of the respective organization, for example, Cisco, for example, Intel. So these are the multinational organizations, and we are reaching out to the individual employees now. So what we are trying to do, we are doing a virtual call with the employees, showing them the products, the bouquet of offerings, and therefore making the sale happen. So the challenge is you turn the problem upside down. There is a challenge. No one is buying B2B. That's not the end of the world. You turn it upside down. So what is happening? Pharma is doing a lot of business. Pharma sector is running 24/7. Concentrate on pharma. So there are always opportunities available. During the peak lockdown, we sold to AstraZeneca. We sold to Novartis. So yes, you have challenges. So you see what are the opportunities available under any challenging environment. There are many plethora of opportunities all around. All we have to do is to open our eyes and ears. That's all.
Vijay, what is your vision with Will
Ergon. Well Ergon.
Ergon? Yeah.
See, in terms of numbers, we are now we are in 2020. We would I would not like to delve much into numbers, but we really need to grow many-fold at this point of time, and we are in the right direction, is what we feel. We are having in fact, a beautiful showroom in Bangalore now. We did not have a showroom. We did not have an experience center. Okay, because we were majorly a B2B player. Now we have an excellent showroom. We have got the best of the products in this space under one roof in India. It's rarely one of its kind in India. So the point is, specialize in this niche domain of wellness and ergonomics at workplace and take it to a different level by 2025.
Okay. Vijay, would like to know how do you procure your products? Is it designed in-house, or who designs it, who manufactures it?
We have our designers, we have our set of designers, and we get them contract manufactured. We have designers in India and we have designers abroad. And we get our products as per the requirements of the market. We get them contract manufactured in different parts of the world, also in India. So any product for that matter, it has to be driven by design. So design is a very key element and it has to be future savvy.
Okay. Vijay, how do you compare entrepreneurship with a 9-to-5 job?
Entrepreneurship is a 24/7 job. 9-to-5 is a 9-to-5 job. So this is the only difference I feel, because that's what I said. Monday morning I would love to come to office. I really look forward to a Monday morning. I genuinely look forward to a Monday morning. So the feel is different. The experience is different. You enjoy what you do. That's all. Whether you are working or entrepreneurship, all that matters at the end of the day is, are you really enjoying, loving what you do? That's all that matters. Wherever you find that right fit, please go ahead. Not necessarily entrepreneurship or working somewhere, but you must, whoever is doing whatever he or she is doing, must love what they're doing. Okay. That's the key.
Vijay, this is my last question to you.
Yeah.
What is your final message to potential entrepreneurs of this country?
Just take the plunge. When you feel like taking the plunge, dive deep. When we are on the diving platform, okay, when we are trying to dive into the pool, swimming pool, don't think too much. Just dive. Whatever happens, we'll see. Don't get into too much of planning. Just dive. First head downwards. Plunge. Take that plunge. Everything falls in place. Go for the kill.
Okay. It was a great pleasure to have you here at ELI. I think our audience would have got lifetime lessons from this video. Thanks for your time, Vijay, and our best wishes for Well Ergon.
Thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Viewers, you can connect with Vijay on LinkedIn by searching for Vijay Varanasi. Also, do visit their website by typing wellergon.com. So, whom do you want to have here at ELI for next episode? Do let me know in comments below. We'll be back before you know it. Stay tuned to Entrepreneurial Lounge of India.